What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, that's Zoe, man. We back again with another one. The grind don't stop over here, you know what I'm saying? I got y'all with something different. It's Cocomelon, the most evil channel on YouTube. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I got 3 little sisters. I try as hard as I can never to let them watch Cocomelon, because I felt like that shit it wasn't teaching them anything. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they used to have that video where the mom was trying to offer the baby something to eat or something, the shoes or something, and the baby kept on saying no, and then he took it from her and he took it from her and then he threw it away or he smacked it out her hand. And then when she tried to give it to the teddy bear, the baby saw the teddy bear playing with it. He rushed to the mom, smacked the teddy bear out the way, and then he snatched it out of her hand angrily. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I'm always thinking, what the fuck are you trying to teach these kids? You trying to teach them how to be rebellious, how to be rude? You know what I'm saying? What is the lesson here? You know what I'm saying? So I never really liked Cocomelon. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing too, cause my little sister at the time, she was 2, yeah, but she never really liked Cocomelon. Thank God. She's 8. She's 7 now. But now I got another one that's about to be 3 years old. Yeah, she don't like that either. So I thank God that they never really found anything interesting about Cocomelon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to keep all my kids, all my family away from Cocomelon, cause nah, man. But we ain't gonna waste too much time, man. Hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
My son is almost 2 and I've been letting him watch Cocomelon, but now I had to get him speech therapy so I can get him to talk. There are hundreds and hundreds of anecdotes in which parents mention the exact same problem. The Cocomelon show is so insanely addictive, it's being compared to nicotine and causing developmental issues amongst the kids who can't stop watching. Children's TV expert Jerica Sands calls it the most damaging show a child can watch, explaining the sneaky ways in which they make the show addictive. Firstly, there's the colors. Take for example the wheels on the bus. The 3 main colors, blue, green and yellow, are all at maximum saturation, meaning they cannot be made any brighter no matter how hard you try. Extreme saturation is normally used for alerts and notifications, as it's exciting, dynamic and attracts attention, which is why it's also used in slot machines. Cocomelon puts these colors in perfect contrast, making them appear even more vibrant, which is different to, for example, Bluey, in which the colors instead blend together. Cocomelon's also different because it's highly repetitive. There's a reason they have 38 videos with over 1 billion views. A child's brain is wired to learn through repetition, so it feels right to them to watch the same thing over and over again. Cocomelon abuses this in almost every video. For example, in the Yes Yes Playground song, they pick a word to repeat 3 times in every sentence, pairing it with a subtly repeating background lullaby, keeping children hooked.
Right there, this is the one that I was talking about. It wasn't Yes Yes before. They changed it now because they had received a whole lot of backlash from this. So yeah, man, it was no, because the baby was mad. I'm talking about Jit had his whole eyebrows sticking up like Knuckles. Bro, that nigga eyebrows was up there like that. He said no, nigga, and he smacked that out the mom's hand. And that boy was ready to strangle the teddy bear too, bro. Now they changed it, you know what I'm saying? But it don't make it any better though. Crazy.
Literally no show or movie puts my son into a deep trance the way Cocomelon does. The second it's on the TV, he turns into a toddler zombie who doesn't see or hear anything else that's going on in the room. This is only exacerbated by Cocomelon's subtitles, which have also been a heavy point of criticism. The letters are not educational, I can barely read them fast enough. It's simply another interesting element to capture your little one's attention. Cocomelon explains in every description, our goal is to help make learning a fun and enjoyable experience for kids, giving you the peace of mind that your children are receiving quality educational content. But people have argued that they're teaching exactly what children shouldn't do. For example, in the No Bedtime song, the baby refuses to brush his teeth, have a bath, put on pajamas or get in bed. The education is that he eventually...
Hey, you see, bro, eyebrows, bro? You see how that straight? As soon as he said no, that baby went like this. That's the one right there.
He agrees to do so, yet a TikTok user was critical, stating, anytime I'd ask my son to do a simple task, it'd say no, no, no. He's sitting there watching Cocomelon, which taught him no, 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 and to say no to me. On the topic of education, Jerica Sands stated, these people don't give a shit about our children. They care about money. That's it. Your child's cognitive development in direct exchange for their wealth, and there's pretty good evidence supporting this. A New York Times journalist visited Cocomelon's studio, discovering their #1 focus is keeping children hooked. Cocomelon's data and analytics team sifts constantly through YouTube numbers to determine exactly what resonates. Should a girl wear black jeans or blue jeans? Should the music be louder or softer? Should the bus be yellow or red? Yellow is the answer, as they use a darker method to ensure that they're correct. Cocomelon has a dedicated Distractotron room in which once a month children are brought here one at a time and shown a handful of episodes to figure out exactly which parts of the shows are engaging and which are tuned out. Next to the TV playing Cocomelon, there's a second screen which plays a continuous loop of banal real-world scenes. A guy pouring a cup of coffee, someone getting a haircut, each lasting about 20 seconds. Whenever a youngster looks away from the Moonbug show to glimpse the Distractotron, a note is jotted down. We can see what they're looking at and the exact moment when they got distracted.
Why would you need to do all that shit, bro? You're trying to teach kids things, but this is just it's an experiment, you know what I'm saying? It's an experiment. They're experimenting on your kid. They're trying to see what they can use to keep them focused exactly on the television. Nothing else is going around them. Even if you call their name, they're supposed to be zombies. They're not supposed to answer you, basically. They're supposed to be mindless. Hey, man.
Therefore, education clearly isn't the primary goal.
Yeah.
Keeping kids' attention is, and this is proven by Cocomelon's most addictive element, rapid camera cutting. It's crazy how many times the frame changes on Cocomelon. It's the same type of addicting behavior that we experience on a TikTok binge. It's the quick change of frame that releases that dopamine and makes the videos addicting to watch. Count the seconds between a change of frame. Well, TikToker the Circus Brain did exactly this. He firstly counts the changes on My Little Pony, concluding there's about 6 seconds between each cut. He then compares it to Cocomelon.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1.
In her video, The Nightmare That Is Cocomelon, Savantix draws a similar conclusion. She found that 96% of the shots in Baby Shark were shorter than 2 seconds. She then compares 4 different animated shows, again finding Cocomelon has the shorter shots.
The longest shot on a Cocomelon video was 6 seconds. The longest shot on Arcane was 8 seconds. The longest shot on Bluey was 27 seconds. And the longest shot on Encanto was 18 seconds.
Which, when combined with every other element, creates some terrifying statistics. Dr. Kristen Summer explained that when showing an infant normal video content, they'll focus on the screen just 11% of the time. However, when the video is instead switched to Cocomelon, their screen engagement skyrockets to a whopping 74%.
Wow.
This therefore produces stories such as this. I used to volunteer for a preschool and they had song time. A Cocomelon video came on and all of the tots stopped what they were doing, put down their cheese crackers, and remained fixated on the screen for the duration of the video. It was honestly kind of terrifying. YouTuber Saberspark shared his own personal anecdote.
Imagine that, bro. Imagine you having fun with your kids and everything, right? And you talking to your kid, and then the older brother puts on Cocomelon. You would think the kid is still focused on you, but as soon as the kid hears that Cocomelon shit, run straight to the TV. Look at that shit. Don't even blink his fucking eye or nothing like that. Bruh. Cocomelon, bro. Why when these... At first, they started this whole Cocomelon shit as ABC Kids TV. And when they started it, it was just a parent. Just like Miss Rachel. Just a parent trying to teach their kids things. But as soon as they're starting to grow, they get contracts, deals, and everything changed, bro. Everything changed. It's not about the kids anymore. Now it's about money. Now let's see how we can keep the kids focus. It doesn't matter if how the methods we use is going to harm them, is going to damage their brain. It doesn't matter. As long as they're focused, when they focus, we make money. That's it. Y'all realize that it always starts as a good thing, but as soon as the big companies start stepping in with these deals and now it's not about the kids anymore. Now it's not about the people anymore. It's all about money. Crazy, man. It's insane.
He asked to watch a Disney movie with his two younger cousins, who both completely refused, and instead spent all day glued to an iPad playing the addictive show. In Cocomelon Made My Kid a Zombie, a mother talks about her son. He would be in a daze while watching it. You could be waving your hand right in front of his face, and he wouldn't move. It was almost scary. This was also discovered by Sarah Mills 98, who explained when the Cocomelon addiction is so real that my 1-year-old can navigate the TV to turn it on by himself. However, nothing shows the addiction better than the Cocomelon TikTok trend. Parents will play the show's intro loudly and video their kids sprinting toward the television, where you can witness their mood change instantly. The New York Times journalist found...
Well, it's not just Cocomelon on this one. It's whatever show they usually watch that keeps them happy or whatever, they would run towards it. I used to do that to my little sisters. I used to play what you call it, bro, it's that one ABC song they used to watch. As soon as I just put that ABC song on, they would start running. It's whatever that sounds familiar to them, they would just run towards it. It's not just Cocomelon, but I get what he's saying though. It's true though. It's true about the Cocomelon too.
Something similar. The kid in the Distractotron had shown up in the midst of a tantrum, which ended the second he heard the Cocomelon theme song. It was no surprise to Wheeler, the head of research. 99% of kids, he said, if they're having issues when they get here, once that Cocomelon song comes on, they're like, life is okay, all is good with the world. Obviously, there's a reason for this. Cocomelon is so hyper-stimulating that it actually acts as a drug, and what happens when you take the drug away. Young children experiencing symptoms of addiction and withdrawal, obviously leaving them completely dysregulated. TikTok user ThePoff1 filmed what happens when you take the show away, explaining he'll be inconsolable for at least 10 to 15 minutes after, adding in the description, Cocomelon meltdown is legit. Once you have a taste of the cocoa, it's hard to break the addiction, which this Reddit user had experienced even worse. My husband and I have been worried about our child. I can slowly see how she'd throw violent tantrums at home and in church whenever she'd get bored and would want to watch the show. Her behavior changes the moment she watches the show, and she will not even eat her meals if she wouldn't watch it. After these tantrums end, kids can experience a general discomfort in the speed of everyday life. The more they watch the show, the more their brain begins to expect this intense level of stimulation.
Basically, Cocomelon overstimulates their brains so much that everything else just seems slow and boring in comparison.
However, the potential consequences get much worse than this. As mentioned at the start, it was the cause of a child's speaking problems, with a notable reply reading, same thing happened with my daughter too. She's 4 but can't speak properly. She knows the words, but she does not like to frame the sentence or speech. She has been watching these Cocomelons or such other stuffs for 2 or 3 years.
Let's sit down and think about this though. Cocomelon is just a show. All it has is singing on it. Singing. And that's it. Singing, dancing, and singing, bro. The ABC, the 1, 2, 3 thing, it's just singing. The teacher is not even asking the kids any kind of like questions, like, you know, the way Miss Richard does it. Even though a lot of things Miss Richard does outside of the YouTube channel, I don't really support, but she makes sure that she engage with the child. The teacher, whoever, bro, they're not really engaging, bro. The kids are really doing their own shit. You know what I'm saying? If you really pay attention, the kids are really teaching each other, bro. The teacher is just laying it there. And then the kids just copy it and teach each other that. That's it. They're just singing there. There's nothing really educational about Cocomelon. There's really nothing. I wouldn't recommend anybody to child come across Cocomelon. Thank God from the start, my little sisters never find that fun, bruh. Because when I would put Cocomelon on, they would look at me funny until I changed it. You know what I'm saying?
Hope we're not too late. Over on Reddit, a speech-language pathologist explained, screen time in general is linked with speech delays for a variety of reasons, but Cocomelon is excessively bad.
Yep.
Firstly, unlike other TV shows or movies, it doesn't have a story. It's just very short clips with poorly written songs.
What the f? See, I didn't even read this, and look, see, I promise you, I didn't even read this shit, bro.
Kids aren't able to follow the plot, learn vocabulary, and see the resolution of a conflict, supported by infant specialist Meg Fora.
And the problem with fast-paced TV programs is we find that little ones' language development is slower.
On the Agents of Speech YouTube channel, this is again confirmed.
The main problem with watching videos on the internet is that they don't know how to use the language that they learn.
But he adds that 4 to 5 hours of screen time per day can make a toddler completely non-verbal. 4 to 5 hours is obviously a lot of time, but in Cocomelon Made My Kid a Zombie, researchers discovered that 5-year-olds who watch more than 2 hours of TV a day tended to have lower attention spans and were 7.7 times more likely to show symptoms of ADHD. These screen times might be even lower for Cocomelon specifically because, as explained by Jerica Sands, not all screen time is created equal. A child who just watched 30 minutes of Cocomelon and a child who just watched 30 minutes of Trash Truck will look like a very, very different child. Thankfully, here lies a simple solution. Sierra Renee explained, my 2-year-old is speech delayed and addicted to Cocomelon. Switched to Miss Rachel 2 days ago, and he's already saying more words and hasn't had any tantrums. Kim.it shared an almost identical anecdote. My 8-month-old was obsessed with Cocomelon.
That's crazy. I didn't even know they were gonna mention Miss Rachel, bro. But there you go, man. Yeah.
And having bad tantrums, so I cancelled Cocomelon and only let her watch Miss Rachel, and she said her first word within the first 3 days of watching. Clearly, parents are able to simply change the channel, but not before leaving Cocomelon a massive amount of dislikes. They've therefore earned the title, the absurdly popular kids show parents hate, and Cocomelon has actually responded to the criticism that explain our shows are not intended to replace outdoor playtime or playdates. They have a place in children's entertainment time, and as with food, exercise, etc., it comes down to each parent to find the right and appropriate balance for their children. Our responsibility is ensuring that the quality of the content that we produce is high and beneficial for the development of a child's cognitive and soft skills. It is worth adding that our social media communities are filled with stories of parents who experience firsthand how Moonbug content helps their children. Cocomelon does have a crazy amount of supporters, but it's obvious that some of them are simply ignoring the downsides. My baby learned the alphabet and numbers from Cocomelon. She may not speak a complete sentence, but she expresses her wants through phrases. But is it Cocomelon's responsibility to ensure that babies are talking? Well, no. People love blaming cartoons and games for raising children, and not the shitty parents that don't step in to stop them from watching so much.
They're right. They're right. Take the kids outside, go to the park with them. If you passing next to the grass, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, this is the grass. If you see a stop sign and they're looking at it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is a stop sign. It's the color red, you know what I'm saying? You don't really gotta keep watching TV, but, and again, what's the reason of you putting that out there if you're not expecting parents to watch it? They always find a reason to try to justify their fucked up means. That's the only way I can really phrase it.
Cocomelon is actually a really sad symbol of parents giving their children tablets instead of actually parenting and interacting with them. Ultimately, parents are the people who choose how much their child consumes.
Just like he said earlier though, the show is so addictive that after like 30 minutes of the kid watching it and you try to turn it off, they won't like that. They're gonna throw a whole tantrum for a whole 10 to 15 minutes. So to me, the whole solution to this problem is you just don't let your kid watch Cocomelon. If you're gonna let your kid watch Miss Rachel for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, after that, turn the TV off, you know what I'm saying? Try to interact with the child and make sure the kid has some toys as well to play with, you know what I'm saying? Not just a tablet and not just a TV. They need something to play with to keep their mind, their mind going, their brain, you know what I'm saying, working. Because kids, like, they're little computers, you know what I'm saying? They're learning, they're updating, they're downloading new information every single second, every single day. So sitting down and watching the same thing on a tablet or on the TV every day, even though they're saying some words, it won't really help them with their later on, because it's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta have to step it up. It's either you just don't let your kid watch Cocomelon at all, you know what I'm saying? Or don't let them watch Miss Rachel, don't let them watch Bluey, don't let them watch any kind of shows or TV, you know? And then just interact with them. If you don't have the time to play with your kids, they have family members, you know what I'm saying? They have daycare. Just find other ways to keep them busy doing something else that's interesting other than TV. It don't even have to be Cocomelon. Just tablet, television. Don't let them have that. You know what I'm saying? Because when we were growing up, we ain't had none of that shit. We ain't had no TV, no tablet, no nothing like that. We just had it outside. We just playing outside, bro. Everybody just chilling outside. We ain't had nothing else. No electric shit. We just had each other, basically. So yeah, man. If you got a problem with Cocomelon, if you got a problem with the other shows, don't let your kid watch them, man. Interact more with your kids, and yeah, you'll see something different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment what you thought about the video, what you thought when you find out that Cocomelon is fucking up your kid's brain instead of helping it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here for it. The Zoe. Be out.